Hello everyone, Dorotska here, welcome back to another Tier 2 loadout review. This time we're doing Soldier, and it's going to be the loadout that I use most frequently. So I'm going to show you the loadout and then we're going to head to a server for a demonstration. So this is the loadout. It's the default rocket launcher, which is 4 shots, regular splash damage. It does alright at close to medium range, but it's okay at long. The gunboats, which is minus 60% blast damage from rocket jump, so if you shoot the floor, you're taking 60% less damage, because I like to rocket jump a lot, so that's really handy. And the escape plan, which used to be the equalizer, but they split it recently. So the escape plan does move speed increase as users become injured, but you can't be healed while you've got it out. So it's handy for running away. It's exactly why they called it the escape plan. So yeah, basically this set is focused heavily on the rocket launcher, and if you haven't got any rockets left, you run away basically. So yeah, we'll head to a server then and see how it plays out. So here we are in CP Well, another 5 CP map. Yeah, so the idea of this loadout is to jump everywhere. I mean everywhere, because you can afford to do it with the gunboat, so it's well worth learning to rocket jump if you plan on learning to use this set. Here's a good example of why you should learn to rocket jump in general. Straight over that, the medic didn't see me, he was too busy with the Uber. Angie can't do anything, he's all on his own, so I decided to chase him down. I see him jump in the water, there you go. Finished him off. Rocket jumping here wasn't my best idea, because you're not immortal when you're rocket jumping, you can die on impact. And here's the example of that. Self damage from shooting that spy at too close, and I killed myself. Not intentionally. I left this in, because I genuinely didn't know you could come up onto this girder, so there you go, more you know. Crouching or rocket jumping sometimes helps you get up to things, so if you weren't going to make it you can. This spanner right here, probably should have been looking forward as well as to the side. I mean, check all the doors really, you need to keep looking around. If you're going to take full damage and you don't want to take full damage, find some water if there's water on the map. But here's a good idea: strafing runs or bombing runs. Get in the air, and it's very difficult for a lot of people to hit you because for some reason they have an aversion to looking up. Maybe they've got in-game neck problems, I don't know. Here's another one where he kills himself, so you really do have to be careful with these rockets, because the gunboats only protect you from rocket jump damage. They don't protect you if you hit someone and take splash damage off that, so you need to be careful about that, about getting close, because that's where the rocket launcher does a lot of its damage, up close and personal. So yeah, rollouts are important. You need to learn to rocket jump. If you whiff it, don't worry, just do another one. If you whiff that one, just keep going. It really doesn't matter, as long as you've got the gunboats on, you'll be fine. If I come up here, so I see the medic in there, and I get some heals, now I'm back to health. Good tip with you with the medic who hasn't got the quick fix, I'll explain that in another video. Always rocket jump to keep up with them, because they will be a lot faster than you and they'll outrun you. Blind firing around a corner, that's always a good idea, because you don't know what's... If you know there's people vaguely around there, you can just sort of keep shooting. I couldn't do anything against that. What was I supposed to do? You can get stuck on objects when rocket jumping, so be careful. Be very careful, because that might really sort of screw you over in the long run. Another good thing about rockets is you can get kills after death. Just thought I'd mention that. Here's an example of me ducking to get onto that, and another thing about that is that makes your jumps quite shallow if you duck, because then you're trying to sort of land on something you're only just going to make, and therefore you're not going to take the full damage from it. Here I'm having what I think is one of my best rollouts. I'm sort of getting out of spawn nice and quick, I'm ahead of everyone, I'm running at I'd like to go a little bit faster, but it's alright. Now I decided I'm going to reload at the door, so I know when I'm going to put my rockets back in, which is right here. I sort of preemptively jump, and then here I think, oh, I'm going to go up there, and then I realise I haven't got enough health, and I crater. So there's an example of not having enough health when you rocket jump. You can die with the gunboats on doing that still, but I see that over there. I think I'm having none of that. I'm going to go to the point instead, and it's just as bad. Yeah. But making decisions like that, you can make decisions like that with this set, because the gunboats allow you to have so much more mobility than having to force a medic to basically pocket you the whole game. If you see a sentry like that, you could probably take it on, because you are a soldier. I wouldn't recommend taking on much higher than mini sentry level 1 without help. I mean, it is possible if you can find a nice blind sight, or if it's just being built. That's another time to kill them. But I get backstabbed here. No, I don't. Sorry, I thought I got backstabbed. That's right. Yeah. Here's more examples of me hitting my head on stuff. I hit my head on that beam, then that lamp, and it really messes up your jumps. I mean, you've wasted health basically. That's what most of it comes down to. So it's always nice to know the layout of maps as well. Yeah, killing heavies. You can do it if they're not overhealed. I think 3 or 4 rockets, depending on how well you hit them. So killing heavy is quite viable as a soldier. Using the escape plan here to chase down a spy, which is what I tend to use it for in this gameplay, chasing people down rather than running away. But he accidentally decloaks because he was probably going for that mini sentry. I get the kill on him. I think this is another spy clip actually. Yeah, I see me coming out of the water and I'm thinking, nah, hang on, I'm over here. So I come down with the escape plan. I know he's dead because my escape plan ranks up. That's a very handy tip. If one of your weapons ranks up when you kill a spy, you know they haven't dead ringed because they can't level it up if they dead ringer. Shooting into doorways is always handy. If you think you can't take them on, just run away. Just run away. There's really no point in sitting there. I know he's a spy because I saw the little blue sparkles coming off him. So I come down and I fill him full of rockets. And here we are. Well, we're coming up for a map change here. So we won this particular round and the game. So I'll see you after the map change. Here we go. Now we're on CP Freight, which is another 5 CP map. We're just doing all the 5 CP maps, aren't we, today? We'll probably be on Badlands next. So again, this is a much better map for soldiers in my opinion. There's so many more places to jump. There's a lot of open ground in the midpoint. So it's a good, this map and Gravel Pit and High Tower, really good maps to sort of train this particular loadout, which favours the rocket jumping soldier. So yeah, here I'm getting damage and I'm nearly dead, so the escape plan allows me to run away from the battle and get that health kit. Here people coming out, slay down to spam. You got splash damage, you can probably hit them. Thankfully there was a heavy mowing them down. Here's an idea for this setup. Always pick up weapons that are on the floor. See, I'll all my ammo back, and always blind fire into doors, because it's really nice to know that there are weapons around. Because if you're going to be killing people, they're going to be weapons on the floor. So you always need to get over there and pick them up. I thought I'd leave this spy chasing because it was quite down to the wire. But yeah, always pick weapons up because ammo kits really should go priority to engineers and maybe pyros. They sort of like flaming a lot, spy checking a lot, but mainly engineers need this stuff. So if you're around picking up weapons, you're not getting in the way of your engineers, you're helping the team. Shooting people's feet will throw them in the air. Unfortunately I didn't get any air shots in this gameplay, but whatever. But yeah, if you shoot people in the feet, they go flying. So you can use that to your advantage, like there, I got the pyro away from me, couldn't do any damage to me because he couldn't switch to whatever secondary he had. Death from above, really, really good. It just basically, as a soldier, you want to stay in the air all the goddamn time. It's just, it's your domain, basically. Always putting 4 rockets before shooting an NG nest because the NG might be there guarding stuff. It's always a good idea to do that. Random crit on the medic. I'm not complaining, although random crits do annoy me quite a lot. Here I think we're going to win. I think we're going to win, so I'm sort of like, yeah, come on guys, let's go, let's go. We're pushing in, all of a sudden I've lost pretty much all my health, so I run out, and then I think that Heavy's going to do it, so I go straight back in again, and the back burner out of nowhere, finishing me off. So the round eventually goes to sudden death, after a lot of cutting out actually. I was planning on showing the escape plan here, because it does get better once you've lost a little bit of health, but unfortunately, you'll see in a minute, it doesn't quite go according to plan. Normally what I do is I stand on the last point that we capped and guard it, which sort of stops them from back capping and then just steamrolling after that. So here we go, I go in, and to be honest this isn't the best weapon for sudden death. You see here I've lost a lot of health now and I'm a lot faster, and I thought I could come in, but no. But we win in the end, thanks to my team, who were very good that particular day. So yeah, thanks for watching everybody, and goodbye. bye.